So today was hard. Um, I got a message at 5 o'clock this morning um, that my friend Cristay Berger passed away. Um, she'd been dealing with cancer for 5 years, and it spread all over. And we thought that she was doing better. You know, she and I would talk through Instagram message or text message pretty much every day as she was getting chemo and treatments, and just keeping her spirits up, and you know, she would shit talk people who were fucking with me, or people from my old life and stuff like that, and we kind of kept each other, you know, laughing. She, we'd talked about all the movies that we were going to make. It was constantly the conversation. She's like, once my hands are steady enough, I want to get back to making stuff. And I would just come up with ideas for things that she could do, and sketches. Christy did a lot of the special effects makeup for Swamp Zombies 2. She did all the makeup for Planet Frankenstein based on my sketches. A lot of stuff for us over the years. She was the first love of my life. We met on my birthday in 2002. I used to run a comic book store in the Echelon Mall in South Jersey, and my grandfather passed away on my birthday. My dad's dad. I didn't know him very well, and I couldn't get anyone to come cover for me. So I was at work, and these two girls came in, and I just started making conversation with them. I thought the one was adorable, to a little crooked tooth, and that was Christy. And we talked for quite a while in the mall, and then I followed her around like a lost puppy after that. So she kept coming into the mall. On Halloween, she came in dressed as Erwin for Halloween, from Lord of the Rings. And then when the Texas Chainsaw Massacre remake came out in 03, that was our first date. We went to go see that, and I went to her house for the first time, and I got lost because I'd never heard of the town that she lived in, and it was literally right around the corner. So we were together for quite a while. She was the first person that ever told me that she loved me. I didn't have a family that was very affectionate. This is stupid. I'm a 41-year-old man. It shouldn't matter. But I'd ask my mom back when I was hospitalized 2 years ago, and I was like, why didn't you ever say that you loved me? And she's like, because you knew. And it means a lot to hear that from another person, to actually verbalize that shit, Christy used to tell me to write. She was an actress. She acted. She was a model when she was younger. I still have all of her modeling pictures in a photo album. I lost my virginity to her. But she was my sounding board. She was my editor. She was terrified of clowns, so I wrote a zombie clown movie. If you touched her nose, she kind of it crinkled like she was a cartoon rabbit. If you really made her laugh, she sounded like a seagull. We watched horror movies. We went on adventures together. We got kicked out of a toy store for having a lightsaber battle when Attack of the Clones was out. She was the person I wanted to spend the rest of my life with. But I messed a lot of shit up. One of the downsides of how much she loved me and how much she told me I was good at this, that, or the other thing is it built my confidence in a bad way. And I started giving attention to other women and spending time with people. And I basically forced her into the arms of another man. They are married, and they had a child together, and I think that's wonderful. Her daughter's amazing. But for a really long time, we didn't talk. We did not get along, and so much of it was just me not apologizing for being a fucking asshole, you know, and all the time that I wasted. And, you know, I found out in 2009 that she was pregnant, and I just remember getting that message and just sitting down. I was running the movie theater down in Stone Harbor, New Jersey, and we had this big rack in the back of popcorn seed. It was like these 50-pound bags, and I just remember reading that and just sitting down and just like not being able to process it, you know. But I was happy for them, you know. And then from 2006 to 2013, we didn't really have any communication. I would see things of her because we had mutual friends. I missed her every day, you know. And then one day in, you know, and my whole life changed too. In 2006, I was dealing with my own cancer. I had lost my jobs. Regal let me go because I could no longer perform the tasks that I was hired for because I was sick. And you sign a contract, there's nothing, you know. And then the comic book store I was running closed down because the owner couldn't afford the rent in the dead mall anymore. And, you know, I was angry and felt slighted by all these things, and lost her and her friends and that friend group that we had. And so I had to start my entire life over again, you know, not too dissimilar to what's happening over the last 2 years. You know, I had to make new friends. I found a new job. You know, it was right after that I met Crystal, when she and I were still friends, you know, and then she kind of took that role of that person who I met totally by accident, who became focus of my, you know, the center of my life. And then I fucked that up too, you know. And it was always, I would always talk about how I messed things up with Christy, and how I didn't want to be that person again. But then I just became that person again, you know. I didn't learn my lesson until they were gone. And then randomly, I had come back from Arizona. I lived out there for a little while. I was dating a friend's sister, and when I got back, I got a message from Christy. She and her husband had broken up, and we were talking about, she had finally seen Underbelly, the web show that I used to do, and we were having a conversation about that. And I said, well, let's get together. Let's go have sushi, because sushi was her favorite. So we met at this sushi restaurant, and we were there for hours and hours and hours. And then the conversation moved to sitting in my car, and we talked literally until the sun came up. And we picked up right where we left off. You know, all the anger and the animosity and everything was gone. It was just, it brought me right back to those times when we used to, you know, when we were together and we were friends, and you know, and you know, and then we got together again. We went to go see American Hustle. I remember at the theater we used to go to all the time back when we were dating. Pretty much every Friday night we would go to the Cross Keys movie theater and see something that the theater I ran didn't get. And we were friends again, you know, and I got to know her daughter, and you know, I apologized to her parents for what a piece of shit I was. And then she got into doing makeup, and so now I was putting projects together with Crystal, so that we could do makeup. So she came out and she worked on, you know, the Barney video that never came out, and you know, all the Swamp Zombie stuff, and all the Planet Frankenstein stuff, and this other story I wrote called The Barons, about the Jersey Devil that Crystal and I and Ryan Hickey, who's also, I think he's been on the old show I was on, and you know, it was good, and we were back to, you know, I would tease her constantly, and it was just like old times, and just one of the most fucking beautiful souls I'd ever known in my entire life. And I worked a 12-hour shift today, And the only reason, and nobody, I couldn't get anybody to come cover for me. But if I wasn't if I wasn't at work today trying to keep it together, I would have fucking lost it. When I got that message this morning, I was just sobbing uncontrollably because it's something that you prepare yourself for. But you don't ever expect it to actually happen. She got sick 5 years ago. And, she was around a lot less. And, but we still, every day, we would chat on, Facebook or text or Instagram. I was always sending her stupid shit. And she knew me better than anybody, She knew when I was bullshitting, and she knew when I was trying, And in my life, when I got the job at Screenwave, she was so fucking proud of me that I was getting to produce things, And when I lost my job there and I told her everything that had happened and what had happened with people, she was there for me, It was her, Metz, and another Christy, my good friend that I met when I lived down the shore. And, when she was sick, all we talked about was, like, the movies we were going to make and the movie reviews that we were going to do and just always so fucking positive. And I got to bring together my old life and the life I had after her together, and for this one period of time, things were okay, And I get so angry at myself that I keep fucking up these relationships with people. That all the trivial things didn't matter in the end, and I wasted time with these people that I can never get back. I can't get back the time with her. I can't bring Crystal back. I can't go back and do the things I wanted to do. She was beautiful, man. I loved her from the moment I met her, and I'm gonna miss her until the day I die. And I reached out to her parents today, and I told them I was sorry that I ever hurt her. And they told me that she loved me, but I got closure with her 18 hours ago, before this morning, we were talking about some nonsense, and I just told her I love you, and I'm so lucky that you let me come back into your life after everything. And she said not to worry about it. She said we don't live in the past anymore, we live now, and I miss her so much already. I can hear her voice, And I wish that I had a chance to make all these things with her and everybody else too, that I promised we were going to do these things, and I figure shit out too late. It's always too fucking late. So, if there's anybody in your life that you haven't talked to in a while, or you're letting pride get in the way, don't. Because tomorrow's not a fucking given, man. Just tell them you love them. Because I wish every fucking day I could go back and fix these things. And I wish she was here for all the projects that we were putting together. I wish that she got to sit with us and do some fucking stupid movie reviews. She wanted to do Last House on the Left, and I said we should, and I think anybody who watches me would have loved her. Because we knew how to push each other's buttons, like when Crystal and I would do something together. You could have seen back then that we knew how to get under each other's skin, and Christy was like that. We knew how to to play off of each other, and I think you guys would have really liked her. She's really funny and really smart and such a good mom. And she was a nurse. She actually fucking helped people. I walked away from my cancer and she doesn't get to, and she has a 13-year-old daughter. So, I'm an atheist, man. I don't believe in heaven, but I wish it was fucking real right now, because she was a good soul, man. She was my first love. She was one of the people who made me want to be a better man. Who told me don't stop after all the fucking screen wave bullshit and all the things that I did. She said everybody makes mistakes. You didn't kill anybody. You didn't groom kids or any fucking shit like that. You made fucking mistakes. And I did, and I live with them every fucking day. But all day today I've just been keeping this in, and I just wanted to talk real quick about how fucking talented she was, and how funny she was, and what a good mom she was, and how smart she was, and just how much she meant to me, and how much I hate the time that I wasted with her with other people. That's all, man. I don't know. Maybe I won't post this. I loved her so fucking much, man. And I'd give anything to go back and just get some of those moments back, you know? The look she would get in her eyes when I would make some bad joke. It was the same thing that, you know, Crystal would get. And I ruined everything in my life. And it took way too long for me to get help. But I'm lucky that I got to at least tell her how sorry I was and repair that friendship and to get her to come and work on Swamp Zombies, and we got to have a movie premiere. You know, it was something I promised her way back when we met. I said, no, we're going to make movies, I'm telling you. And it took too long, you know? And now I know she was suffering every day. But I'm selfish, man, and I just wanted another moment with my friend, you know? So tell your friends you love them, even if they think it's weird. Tell people how much they mean to you. Because you never know, you know. So that's all. I'm sorry I got all blubbery. This is just... I've been scared for 5 fucking years. And again, with all the bullshit that I was put myself through over the last 2, I feel like an asshole that I even complained to her about my nonsense with everything she was going through. It was like my friend Rabbit, who took her own life earlier this year. I was complaining to her about fucking Reddit nonsense, not knowing what she was going through. So, yeah, man, just... This is hard. I don't know. I never got used to the time when she wasn't in my life. And it's going to be even harder now to know that she's gone. And I feel so fucking bad for her boyfriend and for her daughter. For her ex-husband, who was my friend in high school, you know, and I messed that up too because I was fucking jealous and stupid. She was a random girl who came into my life on a bad day, who wound up becoming one of the most important people I've ever known in my entire life. And I pushed her away just like I pushed away the second most important person in my life. And I'm trying so fucking hard to never let myself be that person again. I promised her that I would get better, and I'm trying. But she was good. She was one of the best. So, yeah, it's just... all I can say about this is just please, just be kind to people, you know? Just tell people you love them while you have the chance. Yeah, alright. My cat's staring at me like I'm retarded. I'm sorry I got all blubbery, guys. I don't know. I don't know how to do this. I'm not equipped for this. And it's selfish and it's stupid to put this shit online. But this hurts, and the people who I want to talk to about it, I can't.